I started a software as a service business last year and everything was going swimmingly, right? No problems at all. We're acquiring customers. We figured out that growth way of attracting customers to our business and everything's going fine until just recently. So that means I need to make some adjustments. But what adjustments should I make and why should I identify these? And it's the same exact thing that I've learned has made a huge impact in growing your business. And if you can learn to identify these things on a regular basis and when they're happening and catch them immediately, you unlock the key to all the business growth that you could want to achieve and the full potential of your business. But what are these? Let's figure it out together. Okay, so let me back up. If you're new to the channel, I love local businesses. I love small businesses. I want to help them succeed. So naturally, I thought there was a gap in the market where, hey, why is every single website builder so expensive and complicated to use? Why are all the other options to pay a gajillion dollars to get something built? So I came up with Mighty Sites with one of my business partners, Craig, and my other business partner, Robert. And so we started Mighty Sites, get it off the ground, and we found an awesome person on Upwork. If you're learning how to use Upwork, check out my video on Upwork so you don't make the same mistakes I did, named Rochelle. And we've been moving and grooving and getting this business going, attracting customers who just want a simple website builder for their small business at a small budget. So $9 a month, they can launch a simple professional website. Sounds great, is working great. We have almost 400 customers now, but that growth trajectory has started to slow, right? So if it was going like this rate, all of a sudden that rate slowed. So you've got to pay attention to your growth rate, not just the gross vanity metric of what's happening. So what are we going to do? Well, luckily there's a guy called Alex Hormozy, and he's a pretty smart fella. If you haven't checked out his videos, you're going to like him. And he was talking about something that really resonated with me, especially as we hit this growth trajectory. And it's something that I feel like I'd done unconsciously for a long time, growing and running a small business, but not something that I was super conscious of having done recently or in a conscious way. And I wanted to surface that and elevate it. And one of the things he talked about was constraints and how important it is to recognize and remove the constraints. What's that actually mean? It's a great concept, but then I had to start to apply it. So as I looked at the trajectory of Mighty Sites, I thought, well, what's the main constraint here? What's starting to slow down this growth? It wasn't customer acquisition, which is often the thing that us entrepreneurs really like to work on, is acquiring customers. That's fun. That's exciting. That's marketing. That's sales. That's advertising. But it's not the be all end all, especially if your business is a subscription or repeat purchase business like this one is. So what we realized in the slowing growth was not due to slowing sales. It was actually due to customer attrition. Well, what's that mean? What's churn in Saas? Well, it just means how many customers are leaving each month. Well, that starts to slow your growth because as the percentage stays the same, but you have more customers, that percentage of the bigger customer base means more people leaving, which means even if you're acquiring customers at a pace that's outpacing the customers who leave, as soon as your business gets big enough, those two things start to even out and you start to acquire the same number of customers that are leaving. It's just a percentage game. Well, maybe I'll do a video on how that math works. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. I'll do that. So we were having an attrition issue and there's two reasons for it, two breakdowns. One of the reasons was failed payments. We had a surprisingly high number of insufficient fund failed payments with this customer base. Probably should have seen that coming since we were targeting really small businesses, but that's something that we're actively working on. If you're looking for the solution, try the Stunning Dunning system. That's what we've been using. It integrates with Stripe if that's the system you're on. The other problem was customers coming back and leaving a few months later. So what are we going to do? Well, this is a big challenge in the business. If the customers aren't satisfied and they're leaving eventually, we've got to get to the heart of what that is. So here's the big epiphany and how you actually manage constraints. Once you identify them, that's the first and foremost goal. You've got to be aware of the rate of your business growth. And as soon as it starts to slow, right, you could still be growing, but that rate of growth might slow. You've got to recognize the exact root cause of that and call that your constraint. That's now the constraint on your business. So first and foremost, consciously find those constraints and surface them. Now, once you have, here's how you solve them. And here's how we approach it. You need to actually come up with a hypothesis. So you need to look at the data and just like a scientist, say, here's why I think that's happening. You might not be right. Even as much business experience as you have, you might be totally wrong because each customer is different. Each customer segment's different, and drop your ego. That's huge advice. I'm probably just giving that advice to myself, but you need to drop your ego and think, hey, how would a scientist approach this? I'm not going to try and explain the world myself. I have my own biases and personal experience that are going to bias this. So hypothesize. Don't assume it's the be all end all result. So my hypothesis for this is, hey, insufficient funds, they don't have enough money. That's one problem. We can solve that with Stunning, hopefully. And now we're going to measure and see how that impacts our customer retention. Here's the other side of it. 2 reasons I think somebody might be leaving. My first hypothesis is because they want to do more. Right now, Mighty Sites is a single page website. They're probably thinking, I want to build more pages now. Now that I'm invested, now that I have a website, I want to expand this. This platform's too limited. It was great at getting me started, but it's too limited. So I hypothesize that could be the reason. The other reason could be they're not getting enough leads. So they set up the website, they expect to get tons of leads, and that doesn't happen overnight. So that's the other reason that it could be happening. What goes along with a hypothesis? You have to hypothesize about how you can solve the problem. So solution number 1 to the first problem, we need to build a way to add more pages and add more features to the site. Great. We're at work on those widgets, and when we release it, we're going to measure the impact on attrition. Number 2, we think that people don't know how to drive leads for their business. So I'm making videos. We have the Mighty Sites YouTube channel where we're going to continue to teach people everything they need to do to drive leads. We're going to do a drip campaign. We're going to talk about what you need to do once you launch your website to get that website found in Google and get your business found in Google and drive leads through your website. Then we'll measure the growth and impact rate on our attrition, and I'll follow up with you and have a pretty cool video where hopefully I'm sharing how that was a game changer. So if you like that video, please subscribe, hit that like button, because this is the key to unlocking growth. And we're also talking about all the ways you can unlock business growth for yourself, improve visibility, catch more AI, take advantage of all the AI tools that are out there for your business, and grow at your potential, because hey, small businesses make the country and the world, and we're trying to help small businesses achieve everything that they can. So to sum it up, figure out the constraints, hypothesize the solutions, hypothesize the tactic that'll solve it, measure the results. You'll unlock your business growth. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like. We'll catch you in the next video as we keep teaching you how to grow your business.